Well, Sith Lords is definitely better than the first one. I mean, it's a real question of quantity versus quality when it's, Knights of the Old Republic 1 versus Sith Lords. Quantity and quality. I mean, in the first one, it's well, what the fuck was it? But, I mean, black and white mortality is everywhere. I mean, kill this guy, give him money for no reason. I mean, the writing was, fucking limited and it wasn't really that, well, good. I mean, it's alright. I mean, it works, but it can be a lot better. But it was good of how it was. But with with Sith Lords, it's one of the things that I commented on in the beginning of the game was that they wasted a lot of time on quality. I mean, they didn't really introduce the bad guys, I mean, the Sith Lords, that much. They never really showed them at all. They were there out there, talked about. And I thought they were trying to waste that shit on quality, and they wasted quality, but it never really made anything. I mean, I was hoping that they will use it. I mean, because otherwise it would just be a waste of fucking time. Well, they do use the quality in the end, kinda. I mean, it doesn't really feel like this game is complete. I mean, that it's rushed out. Some questions aren't really answered. I mean, it just they take some things up, but they don't really answer that many things. I mean, they don't answer the thing with the assassination fuckers and everything, and the ending really didn't well answer anything, to be honest. And well, with the bad guys, I mean, they did use the quality kinda, because it felt like they were trying to build up this whole fucking fight, build it up. This is galaxy. This is the galaxy of the stake here, but in the end, it was fucking nothing. I mean, you don't really know what the fuck was going on. And that's the real problem. I mean, the game does, take up a hell of a lot more fantastic things than, the first game had, and it was just, it just had a fucking twist. I mean, this game, Sith Lords, just has a lot of fucking shit. I can't, say all of it because it would just take so much fucking time. But the problem is that it doesn't really have a solid ground to stand on. It just doesn't really matter in the end. What I mean with solid ground is that you don't really know what the fuck is going on in the universe in the beginning. I mean, it takes too long for you to actually understand what the fuck is going on. But of course, when you do understand what's going on, then it will be the fucking best game you ever played. But the problem is, it takes too goddamn long for they to actually explain it. And then again, they don't. This is another thing. I mean, some of the things that the game want to bring up is, of course, a new approach of Star Wars. I mean, with the Force, it's it's not the Force is a living, breathing thing almost. I can't waste time on fucking telling, but I can't waste time on fucking explaining what it is. But I think I understand what they were trying to say. But the problem is that they never really confirms what it is they say. They just say stuff, but it can mean a lot of fucking things, but they don't really confirm what it is. I mean, I when they were talking about stuff, I don't know if they wanted to get anywhere with those things, or they just said it because it's good stuff. They say the good stuff they say, great stuff they say. The problem was that I needed to go on a fucking forum and see what the meaning was, and now I understand. I mean, the problem is that they never fucking confirm what it is. I mean, they were trying to make this all, Sith and Jedi. Technically, they aren't really good and evil. They are just two different beliefs, and there aren't, a thing called the good and evil. I mean, well, like, kill one dude to save 1,000. Well, you're evil because you killed one dude, but you're good because you saved 1,000. So it doesn't really, yeah. but they don't really confirm it in the game that that's really what they want to say. But of course now it makes sense, but you know, they never really confirms it. But in the end, like I said, it doesn't really matter, because in the beginning you don't understand what the fuck is going on in the universe. That being said, I mean they could have just borrowed from the first game, which they did, but they didn't do it in such a good way. I mean, in the first part of the game, you have the ability to, choose how the first game was. I mean, how Revan, if it was good and evil, how it ended and all that shit. But they do it in a bad way. They could have done it a lot fucking better. I mean, it was a conversation that was just like, well, I don't fucking know what happened. Do you know what happened? And then you say, well, I think it was a dude and he, saved the world. Well, I don't know. They could have just said, yeah, that's exactly what happened. But, you understand it, I mean, too far into the game. And you still, everything's a goddamn mystery in the beginning. I mean, open a fucking door. Holy fucking shit. I mean, it's too much. It's too much, and it's not good. They could have just done the beginning a lot better than it was. I mean, to get your fucking bearing, to understand what's going on in there, to understand what's going. I mean, you understand it, but it's not enough. It's not enough. It's too much. It's too goddamn much. The characters, oh my god, the characters are amazing. But the problem is that in the end, it feels like they just, fuck him. Fuck him. I mean, they build him up all that good and shit, and some, of course, they use, but some is just fuck him, and then they just throw them out of there. It didn't feel like it was for nothing, to be honest. I mean, Handmaiden, the fucking blind girl or woman. I mean, they use them, but those other, no, not really. I mean, that HK-47? No, not for, yeah, whatever the fucking robot girl. I mean, he was there, but they never really fucking used him at all. The same with him, Goto, or what the fuck his name was, and him, what the fuck was his name? Fuck. No, I think it was just I mean, it was just like well, that was for fucking nothing. Okay, well, now I'm done with those shit, with that shit. Oh yeah, the gameplay. I forget about that shit. That's the only thing that's really fucking bad about the game. The gameplay can't survive the length of the game. The game is too long to have shots up dull gameplay, to be honest. It doesn't really evolve anything. I mean, there's some new stuff, but they don't please the length of the game. It's not that good. I mean, it's variety, but it's too little because of how big the game is. It's too long for have a such a little gameplay. It should have been more than it. Yeah, so it doesn't really supply. Eventually, it will get fucking boring. And eventually, if it doesn't really matter, you start thinking about the gameplay because you start thinking about the story. And that's the thing, well, that I thought they thought about. I mean, if the story is very good, you don't really give a fuck if the gameplay is awful. You still follow it for the story. And that's the thing. I mean, in the beginning, the only thing that held it alive was the fucking gameplay, because the story was just a fucking big fucking mystery. It didn't make any goddamn sense. It didn't explain fucking nothing. So the only thing that was keeping alive was the fucking story. When I go to a planet, it still didn't make any goddamn sense. It was still a goddamn mystery, but eventually the gameplay was about to break because it couldn't, hold it up anymore. But then when you get all the Jedi, almost all the Jedi, and start to understand what the fuck is going on, then you just in there for the fucking story, and then the gameplay just, it's dead. But it doesn't really matter because then the stories, have taken the lead role and everything. But I mean, it does matter. I mean, the story, I mean, all the things it brings up, it matters, but it just takes too goddamn long. It takes too goddamn long to get a footing, to get an understanding of the universe, what's going on. It takes too long, so it doesn't really matter. And with the ending being bad, I mean, let's say near the end, I mean, near the start of the game, when it starts making sense and you start to understand what's really going on, the level of the game is, you know, high like a motherfucker. It's really fucking good. But the ending was just, you know, it wasn't on the same level as the near the end of the game. I mean, it was not even on the same level as the rest of the game. It was, you know, low. It was, you know, not that good. I mean, it couldn't hold up such a good, great, fantastic fucking game, to be honest. It couldn't hold it up, so it just crashed and shit. Of course, you know, it's not complete. You can download a fucking mod that, you know, it fixes all the cut things, but the problem is that, well, it's a mod. It's not the full release. It's not the game. It's a modded fucking game. I'm reviewing the fucking game, not the fucking extras that another fucking dude made. Of course, it's not extra, but, you know, it's still, you know, made. It's not the fucking full released version. But like I said, they do, you know, a new approach to Star Wars, but it's really fucking hard to understand it because they never really fucking confirms it. And to be honest, I mean, I need to go in a fucking forum to understand that shit. And to be honest, I think I might have a hard time playing or watching some Star Wars things the rest of my life, because this was actually a good fucking new approach to the fucking universe, a good new approach to the universe. But anyway, the game does borrow a lot from the play, a hell of a lot. I mean, in the middle of the game, nothing really drives you to actually play the game. They don't really explain anything, so there's nothing that's driving you in the game. The only thing that's driving you is the mystery, but they don't explain shit about the mystery either, so you might as well, you know, stop playing it. So yeah, it depends a hell of a lot on the fucking player, especially when they don't really confirm anything. I mean, how it really is, like, this is how it is. It's not like this is we mean this, we don't mean those things. But anyway, of course, the game is better than the first one. Like I said in the beginning, it had a lot more fantastic things than the first one, but it doesn't really have a solid ground to stand on in the beginning. And because it takes too damn long for it to get its bearing at this understanding, I can't really say it's fantastic. And it doesn't really use all its quality that it was wasting in the beginning. I mean, instead of they trying to explain shit, they were just, you know, playing it as ordinary. And like I said before, I thought it was about, you know, doing some kind of fucking quality in the game. But the problem is they don't really use all the quality they was building up. So it was just, you know, a waste of fucking time. Therefore, I can't really say it's fantastic, but it's definitely better than the first one. But it's still just great. Exactly as the first one, but better. Why? Like I said, I mean, it doesn't lose all its quality that was trying to build up, meaning it was just a waste of fucking time. It takes too long for the game to actually make something out of it. So yeah, it's Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2 Sith Lords. It's a great game.